Hey Royals, this is Mademoiselle Mosley again. I hope everybody is doing fine tonight. I want to talk about bruises, not just physical bruises, because all bruises you cannot see. All bruises don't show. Let me get into it. You know how you have a piece of bruised fruit in your fruit bowl and it's sitting next to another piece of fruit, and before you know it, it's causing that other fruit to become bruised that wasn't bruised. And if you continue to if you continue to leave more pieces of fruit in there, the whole entire bowl, that's how bruises happen spiritually that contaminate an entire family if you don't catch it in time. Let's get into it. Sometimes some people's bruises bruise others. And in the past, the bruises that happened to those whom we were close to bruised us as well. And sometimes the bruiser didn't even know they were bruising because they had been bruised. See, being bruised messes with your mentality. It messes with your mental. And it starts to affect the physical and the spiritual aspect of an individual. Whether the bruise came from physical contact or verbal or inherited. Listen, let me get on this thing. You remember back in the day, like when they would beat a slave, they would beat a slave and they would put him back with the other ones and they would mend his wounds. Yes, he was physically beaten, which bruised his body up, and then they had to nurse him back to health. What do you think that did to the people around him? It caused a bruise of anger, a bruise of fear. And the person whom went through and had the bruises bruised everybody else because of what was bruised within him. Even though the wounds heal if the bruises are physical, spiritually the bruises can go on for 10s and 20 and 30, 40, even hundreds of years in the spiritual aspect of life, making what is abnormal the norm. No one should be treated like that. That should not be the norm. And I'm not just talking about the physical aspect of the slave that I used as a demonstration, but I'm talking about period. So they use those physical bruises to bruise other people with anger and fear, to quote unquote keep people in order with disorder. How about that? Now let's get a little deeper. And like I said before, the bruised one starts to take out their anger on the other ones. See, if you get the head, and I'm talking about the head of the family or even the head on your body, if you get the head, the body will follow. If you take down the man, the body will follow. And I'm talking about the family body. because he is the provider and the protector. And see, when you affect the head, it causes the provider to not be a provider and not be a protector. He becomes predatorial and he becomes a projector. He projects, an image onto his family that could change everybody's destiny. And it compromises a lot of things within the provider when they have been bruised. And sometimes when they bruise the provider, and the protector goes into the neglector. Because how can you truly provide for someone when you are damaged? You're trying to maintain yourself or maybe make sense of what has happened to you. That's what happened when you're spiritually, physically, or mentally bruised. You misuse those who you're supposed to love and take care of because you yourself is not aware of truly what has happened to you due to the mistreatment of you. So we have to be very, very careful when we are bruised to make sure we heal and mend ourselves so that we don't hurt anybody else. I hope that helped y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, get it before it gets you. I'm out.